Oh, really?
He didn't impress me.
Hey everyone, good evening, and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Cigar Company at 2420 Government Street in beautiful Mississippi.
Did he say anything?
Ocean
I
Springs.
can't hear him.
Yeah, he's talking.
Is he?
Yeah,
Can you hear that?
yeah. I'm sure that
Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Here we
Ocean
are.
Springs. Here we are.
Oh, we got one time
What
in the
a
radio.
weather.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a
Little-
little
welcome,
rainy,
Kevin.
A little rainy
A
out
little
there.
rainy,
Today.
damp.
It was cold when I went out this morning. I left for the VA at 6:30, and it was just like, oh shit. Do I go back in and get my cap, my rain hat, or my jacket? No, fuck that. Then it started raining on me when I walked from the garage over to the freaking hospital. I was like,
That's covered.
no,
You go in the side door or the back door?
the back door.
Yeah, it's covered going in the front door.
I'm not gonna walk away front and have to walk all the way around back again.
Mm.
That's way
I'd,
out.
I'd rather bitch.
That's way out of the way.
You'd rather
You're the
bitch.
one who doesn't like doing shit that you don't have to do. Why would you walk all the way around the other side of the building?
If I was going to get wet or stay dry.
Stay dry.
Stay dry.
Just
Yeah.
get fucking wet.
So, hey Bruce, how you doing? Welcome, Kevin. All right. We haven't seen your lovely daughter on in a while.
Yeah, she was on last week.
Was she?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yep.
Yeah, she was.
She's almost done. She's working on the house. She's almost done with the house.
Good.
Almost done.
One step away from being free.
Yep. Got my new scallion today.
Nice.
It's called like a red maroon and
Maroon and
something. I just thought it looked good online. I was like, I wanted to get the same pattern when you got the. Did you get the pin when you got yours?
Uh-huh. Yep.
mine's coming with some type of pen too.
Boston Scally.
You just bought another one yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I showed it to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It should be here any time now.
Yeah, we need to get them as a sponsor.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Ooh, what a lick.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it would be.
Give us one hat each new release.
Yeah,
We'll
So,
Yeah, each
how was
new
your day
release.
today?
Yeah.
Long, huh?
Yeah.
Long and rough?
yeah.
Mine was good.
Well, I mean,
Going to the test.
you're
to get done.
semi-retired, so
Well, semi.
Yeah.
Kind of semi.
Yeah.
This is
Who?
kind of being like retired.
you
I
sit
mean-
around a cigar shop, smoke
Smoke
cigars.
chat,
You can't get any. You can't have a bad
any
day
more
there.
lax.
Well, yeah, you definitely can't get more lax.
You know what I mean? It's a good spot.
Gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot. So
what
we
do you-
got some news in the sporting
Yeah,
area.
I'm going to bitch.
All right,
Oh.
Byron Bones
I'm
is going to
gonna bitch
bitch.
to the
That's
fact
that's
that
a shock.
not one football player, not one professional athlete is worth $50 million a fucking year. Not one, especially Aaron Rodgers.
Especially.
$50 million a year, $153 million guaranteed.
Not after what he pulled last year.
No,
At the before the season started with him, I don't want to play for this team anymore.
even before that, that's
Yeah,
$50
I mean,
million a year. How many people can we feed with that?
Well,
Well, it
Here's
doesn't
the
have anything to
factor.
do with how many you can feed.
It's all about
Hey,
pride.
Marty.
It's all about pride.
here's the
is what it
thing.
is. They're trying to outdo
Whether
the
they're
other
worth it
guys.
or
Tom,
not,
welcome
they're paying him.
from South Dakota.
Tommy, Marty,
I just mailed Marty's box off today. That he
Did you?
won last week.
Good for him. That big old heavy thing.
No, that Mike Bryant won.
No,
that one.
Mike Bryant. Yeah. he
Oh,
got-
we got some good. I hope I kept those trivia questions.
but anyway,
that's some good
I
ones.
think
I'm
they
listening.
should get paid what they get. I don't know.
No,
Whether they're worth it or not is the question.
Yeah, it
what-
is. I'm not
the-
going to the game.
The worth is dependent upon what the team wants to pay,
Right.
right?
So they get it. They're worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, they can get it. Doesn't mean they're worth it.
Well, if they're getting it, they're worth
According
it.
to the team, that it's
Yeah,
they're
they're
worth
worth it.
Nobody's-
Their worth value is according to what the team pays them.
there's Caitlin right there.
Hey, Caitlin,
It
how
ain't
you
better.
doing, sweetie?
No, there's no.
Well, here's the thing. Should you be paid more for what you're doing?
Should I be paid more?
More.
I mean, do I think that I do?
What you're getting paid?
I am paid well.
Okay.
Should I be paid more? I wouldn't turn it down.
He should get at least what his counterparts get outside for doing the same thing.
I wouldn't turn it down.
Okay.
I mean, that's
I
put it
know
that way.
nobody would turn it down, but
Right.
I'm just saying is, do you think you're worth more than you're getting paid?
I wouldn't go out and say, if you don't give me a pay raise, I'm quitting,
Right.
or I'm not gonna do my job anymore.
Okay,
Like
that's cool.
like
that's
Rogers
cool.
did last year, right?
Yeah.
If you don't trade me or if you don't pay me,
I'm out.
I'm not playing.
Yeah, I'll take my ball and go home.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'm not that type of guy.
Right.
But I guess if I was playing a sport and I know I was in my twilight years, and you know my last hurrah is coming up quick because
Right.
Rogers is.
Yeah, he has about 2 years, maybe 3.
They give him a 4-year contract.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
38 years old.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So take it while you can. If they're going to pay it to you, take it.
right. I agree.
You know,
And here's the thing, too. I don't want to say much. Oh, maybe I will. There's a lot smarter minds that prevail, and they're saying this guy's worth this to get us to the brass ring.
it's
Per
business.
se. Yeah, it's business.
It's business,
I never said I faulted him for going for the money.
right?
I just said nobody's worth that kind of money.
We understand.
You know, I
We
mean,
understand.
he wants to outdo the guy before him. So now that does he feel better and happy that he's the highest paid player in football? He better fucking produce for $50 million a year now.
Exactly.
If he doesn't produce, then
Yeah, but if he doesn't produce and they let him go, he still gets 153.
exactly.
I don't think he'll be upset about that.
No.
That's a foul on their part
Right.
by agreeing to that. They
Yes.
should be at a point, and I use the term twilight years. So, and that's truly what it is, right?
Yes.
So there should be a production clause because you're in the twilight years.
Right.
If you fail to achieve this, then you're done.
Right.
I mean, that's business right there. If you fail to achieve something in business, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You're fired. You're terminated. Whatever.
Right. You must move on.
Well,
But they're
if
not
there
going to
is
do
a
that in
move
pro
on,
sports.
if there is a move on,
Yeah.
right? In some cases, there is a move on. You go to a smaller market team like
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
They use you for a year and then
Flip you.
you're off.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you're going
yeah.
on
I
as
understand
big
what
as
you're
Green
saying.
Bay, if not bigger.
There's a lot of
About the
there's a
same.
lot
About
of-
the same
There's a
size.
lot of conversation in that because nobody would take that based on performance. But
No.
You know what? A better part of them wouldn't make it.
Right. And that should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago.
And instead of, well, we're just going to pay you more money to stay, or we're going to pay you more money. Or,
Right.
Well,
there
they
should have
they
been more
basically do
involved.
have it in their contracts now. They have the incentive clauses where, okay, you make it to the playoffs, you're going to get $500,000. You make it
Like
Go so many
Gronk did, caught
touchdowns.
that pass and he
go
got
so
$1
many
million.
touchdowns in Super Bowl, whatever.
Right,
you
but
know.
that's an incentive clause. That's not a production clause.
That's still getting paid for production. I mean, if you produce, you're going to get that extra money. You don't produce, you don't make it.
Yeah,
The
but
whole contract should be based on that.
that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
It's-
no, I understand that, but it's not. That's never going to happen.
no, it won't. It's
No,
too
it
late.
never happens. Too late.
It's too late to
Ken
do
Griffey
that.
tried to do that in baseball a long time ago.
It's
Yeah.
too late.
Long
The
time
cat's
ago.
out of the bag.
Well, he
so
made
to
the
speak.
statement: if you don't produce, you don't get paid.
Well, that's the same thing. Paid.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But he wanted you not to get paid.
Well,
That's what he wanted because he was a superstar, so it didn't matter to him.
Isn't that essentially what the XFL is doing though?
Oh yeah,
If
Yeah.
you're not playing, you're done. You're not.
Yeah,
you're,
yeah, yeah,
you're just
yeah.
not going to be here.
but it's never going to be that way in the big show. So
No, I think eventually they're going to have to face reality. Is you just simply cannot pay that much out of what your team is allowed to pay.
dude, you could be
because
paying.
there's a salary cap in every team.
yeah,
So
but it seems they get around that, don't they?
yeah, they
got
figure out a
luxury taxes, They
way.
got all this restructuring contracts just to.
They figure out a way to
And on
get
the
around.
bottom line, the reason the owner says yes to that is because he's making tons and tons and tons.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and as long as they're making tons of money, they're okay with it.
Sure.
You know, the NCAA making money off of the likeness of the students.
Yeah.
Well, they've kind of fixed that. So yeah,
That's why I did
Yeah.
that. Kirk put a picture of Cooper's Golden Lab out there with the pack of cigars and everything. Did all this and Cooper's blah blah blah. And all that. And how much of that NIL money is Cooper getting?
yeah.
Not a damn thing.
And
I'm
the other
speaking
thing-
for
and then
Cooper, Kirk.
and then there was a
I'm
wide
keep-
receiver for is it Atlanta?
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley just got
Suspended
lost
for-
$11.6 million
Sure, he gets suspended
because
for a
he
year.
gambled on football.
Yeah.
Now this, okay, I have no problem with that. The guy was on the injured reserve, wasn't even playing, was at a Hard Rock Casino in Florida, where gambling is legal, and he bet on football.
Yeah, but he still
Another game,
represented the team.
another game. I know it's a rule, but I think it's a stupid rule. But if you have nothing to do with that game, what's the big deal?
But the bottom line is,
It's the
it's a
rule.
rule.
Absolutely.
And he
And
violated
he violated the rule, and now he's suffering because of it.
11.6.
You get suspended for
11.6.
next year for sure, if not longer.
Right.
But then somebody brings up a good point. You beat the shit out of your girlfriend, you beat the shit out of your wife, you rape this girl, you rape that girl, and you get suspended for 6 games, you come back and play.
Well,
Yeah, I guess.
there's a fallacy with that too. I mean,
Absolutely.
but if they get convicted,
Then they're gone.
they're done.
Yeah, they're gone.
Who's Andex? I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know. They're over their salary cap. They have to work. Yeah, well, they do.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure it out.
And they do.
Oh, they will. They already did.
always
They
do.
already did.
Yeah. You
They
know,
already did.
for example, if Green Bay's salary cap was $50 million, then they can't afford to pay anybody else.
Right.
So eventually, it's going to catch up to them. They're going to have to say, we can't pay anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the big names, like Drew Brees was a good example. He took a cut so that they could get some better players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom Brady did that all the time.
Yep.
But-
they do what they got to do.
And
They're making the money.
There's also side incentives for them to do that as well. It's maybe not salary, but it's incentives and so on and so
And
forth.
plus, they get all the
Proceeds.
they get the what's it called, too, the endorsements,
Yes,
where they're making more than they were playing the game.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
He
So
makes more money off of State Farm. or
yeah,
his
State
life.
Farm and whatever he does in his hometown. You know what I mean? They have them hometown commercials, whether it's Fruit of the Loom or
You think
Hanes
that,
or
you think
whatever.
Danica Patrick's kicking herself in the ass now?
Oh, I'll help hold that
50
ass.
mil- 50 million. Anyway, and then what? Then
That's a
Russell
fine
Wilson
little
goes.
behind, too.
Russell Wilson goes to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos.
I don't know what he signed for. It didn't say. Barring
We'll know this week.
the physical.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll know this week. This week for next week's show, we'll have his salary on.
Not really sure whether he's one that I would take a gamble.
I would take him. They got no quarterback. I mean, they got
I
nothing
got
to
that.
lose.
I got that.
I may take him because I think he has a couple of few years
I like him.
left. You know what I mean?
Always
He has
have like
he has
that.
4 or 5 left.
He's only been playing like 10 years.
You know what I mean? So he has 4 or 5 yet, and he's not all beat up. So maybe so.
Yeah,
So-
quarterbacks don't get beat up anymore.
What's he? 30,
No.
32 years old.
I think
33 years
so.
old. He could have another 10 years in front of him. If Rodgers is 38, he's still playing. Well, Russell Wilson runs a little bit more.
Rodgers,
Yeah.
Rodgers looks a little rough though. I mean, you see him; he's kind of lost it a
And
little
it
bit.
kind of looks like a hobo.
Yeah, let his hair go, and he's kind of
Yeah,
like.
and it ain't
"Ah."
like it looks good long. It just it's all like he just got out of a helicopter.
You see his
Like,
What's
demeanor
up,
on
Doc?
the, you see his
Hey,
demeanor
Doc
on the
Rodriguez.
sideline, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, come on, man.
Oh, you changed your name, Bruce?
Show a little bit of excitement, Come on, Doc Rodriguez. Look, La Cura, La Cura.
La Kira.
No,
I
you
smoked
smoke
my
like-
last one yesterday.
I'll sell you one.
Mm.
I am smoking the Tabernacle.
$20.
Broadleaf. $20. So we're about 4 weeks away from moving to the new place. Give or take
4 or 5
weeks.
weeks. Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks. You're right.
Okay.
Moving to a new location.
Yep.
A new hotspot, maybe better room
I hope we got more room for our.
or setup here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we will.
yeah.
For this?
Well, there's a long
We should-
table in there also.
That's kind of what I'm hoping that we can get. Maybe we can get a fourth one.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, Norm.
Yeah, but the whole point is this.
It is.
Is
Yeah.
this. If we do it in that back room with that table, there's none of this.
Tis true.
So
Yeah, but then we don't get disturbed. We don't get somebody coming in. We don't have to worry about TVs being on.
that's the whole point of virtual cigar lounge.
Well,
Tis true.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
it's a conversation that we have to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's a
And
conversation.
remember, it's a 15-minute setup total, so we can switch around, go around, go around.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
15 minutes
Less,
to set it up.
less.
I don't know. Let's see how quick you can do it next week.
I don't know how to do it.
Big. We did the thing. Actually, there's 2 big newses.
Mrs.
FDA banned all flavored cigars to include cigarettes and handmade cigars. Came out yesterday.
Banned them.
Banned them.
So
Banned
in
them.
other words, has it gone out of business?
That's flavored cigar.
So does that mean they'll go out of business?
No, they won't go out of business. Jewish states won't go out of business by any means. But the Cuba Cuba is the number 1 selling cigar in the world.
I don't know how.
It's a big. It's not a bad smoke at all.
Yeah, but I
really.
don't know how number 1 in the world.
it sells the most. That's what
I understand that, but I'm just saying I don't know how.
You're just not a fan.
Not at all.
He lived in Texas for a little while.
Yeah.
He lived out.
I'm going to
I
say
mean, if there was 10 cigars there, that would be number 10.
you'd still smoke it if it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
I'm kind of like you as far as that goes. It's not.
I'm not a big guy on flavor stuff.
It's not in my humidor. It's not. Yeah, I'm not either.
Right.
I'm really not. The Sweet Janes, all those things, they're okay.
Well, that's a good smoke.
I'm not going out of my way to get one.
Right, but if somebody offered you and there was nothing else to smoke, I'd
I'll
smoke it.
smoke it.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm not, like I said, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I just want to have it.
Right.
But that's gonna go.
Oh, it has to hurt them.
It's gonna hurt. Yes.
It has to hurt them, major league.
What's it called? The wood tips, Black and Mild.
They're all off the shelves, right?
All of that. Yeah, I don't know when the ban goes into effect. It didn't say the article. Just
Probably be within 90 days.
They could give them a little bit longer.
There's gonna be a fight.
But anyway,
Get
Get
they're
it
all
through the
on.
courts.
But the what you just mentioned, they're not flavored, are they?
Black and mild.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What am I thinking? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the
Well, you get the Black and Mild wood tips and
Yeah.
just tobacco. And
Yeah,
then you got the cherry flavor and the wine flavor.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. They're all gone.
So if that does come to fruition, if it does become the thing, there's only one thing that you can say to the FDA. Fuck the FDA.
Yeah.
There's what's next?
They'll get the FCC after.
Menthol cigarettes. That's
That's it,
next
yeah.
because it's flavored.
Well, that's
Yeah, yeah, sure. Newports
is
and
that really,
Salem.
is that really flavored? That's all.
it's menthol. It's
Yeah,
a
it's-
I
flavor.
don't know
It's
what
a
they
flavor,
do. I don't
yeah.
know what they do to that.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's
then-
Newports, Salem,
Some of the top
bunch of
sellers.
Cools.
Yeah, all those the top
Yeah,
sellers.
they're
I mean,
big. They're big sellers.
oh my goodness, look at that!
Um,
Holy smokes! I thought she was dead.
What do you need?
Hey, Sarah,
Yeah, no kidding.
What do you need?
Yeah,
I need a favor.
yeah, yeah.
When's the wedding?
When's the wedding, Sarah?
So the
Probably
FDA banned all that shit.
Okay,
Fuck the FDA.
Tomorrow, well, actually, what's today? Today's the
8th.
All day long
Wednesday
unless it
night.
rains. Oh, it
So-
did rain.
So Thursday night at 6 our time, Alex Spencer from Mounds is doing a call in Zoom perf smoke type thing.
Okay.
Alan makes it, that man's is a good cigar.
Oh, it's a very good cigar.
That is a good cigar.
They got a sale on those right now on Latique Smokes for, oh no, that was yesterday for Businesswoman Day.
No, that's today.
Is that today?
That's today.
That's 20% off for women.
Yeah.
On top of that, but
Yeah.
still, 130.
Can I identify as a woman? If I
You can.
make that order?
You can.
To make that order, right?
Yeah.
I identify today. I'm
Yes.
taking that 20%.
next month? Already? I haven't seen my invitation. You
Nobody
seen the
has.
invitation?
No.
Bob, you seen the invitation?
We're,
Nope.
we're not important
Oh.
enough.
April, huh?
We're not
Wow, that's
sure.
fast. Ain't letting the grass grow under your feet, huh?
I wouldn't be able to make it anyway. I'm going up to Ohio in
Yes, you are.
May to watch Morty
That's-
Facts
Morty Fax is graduating
Get
with
his
a
MBA.
master's degree.
get his MBA. Yep,
You said he put in for a new job yesterday.
he did.
Good for him, man. I hope he gets that one.
Double the pay.
That's
if
a nice,
he gets it.
up to that. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, that'd
good
be
chunk-
nice.
that's a good chunk of
Double
change.
salary, he's worth it. See that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good
Yeah,
stuff.
anywhere, I think he said anywhere between 40 and 70,000
More.
could go up.
Yeah.
But he's a beginning manager, so he said he probably
Probably lower end.
But still, 30 more than what he's making now. 40 more
That's a
than
lot
what
of
he's making now.
dough. That's a lot of dough.
That's $4,000 a month, man.
Yeah.
That's a ton of freaking money.
So what?
Yeah.
What
I
I,
take $4,000 a year, let alone $4,000 a month.
what,
Me
what I
too.
told him was, since you're taking that big of a hike, you definitely need to protect your money, and one way is to buy a house.
Yeah. And then he's already working on that.
He is.
That's pretty good.
Not hard and heavy, but enough.
Not
to,
only that, you max out your 401k now
absolutely
what
while
you
you can.
and don't even think about it. Then you never see it coming in,
Yep.
so you never
You'll
know what's
never miss
going
it.
out.
You'll never.
Yep.
know.
And it's just, if you invest now for another 20 years, you'll have a ton of money in your 401k. Maybe. I don't know. It all depends on what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I
Market
mean,
went down how much yesterday? Almost 800 points, 1,000 points.
I don't even look at it because right now there's nothing you can do about it.
Nope.
And plus, like, all these people that are panic selling, they're selling while they've lost money already.
Yep.
Stand by.
You gotta be in it for the long haul. Hold on. there.
If you bought this lighter for $10
Yeah. Okay.
and the value of it went down to 5 and you sold it for 5. What are you out?
That's my second.
$5.
You're out $5. But if you hang on to it and the value may improve and it may go 15 in a year,
Right.
what have you lost?
Nothing.
You gained.
You gain 5.
So you hang on to it.
Yeah.
Or if you, when the market's low, if this thing costs $5 and you know that
It's going
you
to go
paid
up high.
10 2 months ago,
Buy some more.
I'm buying a ton more.
Yeah.
That's how you make money.
Risky.
That's how Mort made money in the mutual funds, in the
I think I
401.
moved my stuff just in time to the index.
Well, yeah, you did that for your retirement.
Just in
yes.
time, though. And I would have lost money if I left it in the
Mhm.
TSP.
My man's got his locker in here.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you did right.
Next big thing. This is the.
It's just for show, you know, it's just for politics.
Hold on a second.
You got any whiskey?
CI.
Cigars International.
Who owns CI? You know,
Cigars International.
No.
I'm just kidding. But
Scandinavian Tobacco Company.
Oh, yeah.
The parent company of Cigars International.
Right.
Cigars International now currently has 6 Cigars International locations in the United States.
Correct.
2 in Florida, 2 in Texas, and 2 in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And within the next 3 to 4 years, they're going to build 6 to 8 more. But they haven't said where. Because 32% of the money they make is online.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they said it costs anywhere from, I think it was
They always offer
4 to 6 million to build a facility.
Waited until we got here.
It's going to be
And they're-
like 7,800 square foot.
And they're in larger areas. So one place that I could say I could see going would be Atlanta. Another one would be like, Boston or Philadelphia. But they've already got 2 in PA.
Yeah, I don't see them going that high up to the Northeast because the taxes on tobacco
Oh, it's
in New York, and it's
so they're gonna stick around the major metropolitan areas.
Yeah.
Atlanta would definitely be, depending on the taxes and so forth, would be an area that I would look at.
Yeah.
I can see something closer, maybe not in LA, but somewhere outside of California, close, maybe.
So Tucson
Vegas, somewhere
or
around
Phoenix,
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vegas would
Vegas would be a
definitely
good
be,
spot.
yeah.
I got to do more research on that because that article didn't say where.
There's a lot of talk about states that are trying to control flavored cigars, and now they're also starting to add cigars with THC. That is actually a thing now, if you can believe it or not.
Yes, the CB infused.
THC infused. So that is a thing. So those states that are legal states that allow recreational, they're trying to control that, not to
But
allow.
they shouldn't have a problem if the FDA just banned all flavored cigars and cigarettes and everything. That should automatically take care of them.
Should.
You would think. I
Should.
Yeah, you would
just
think.
think the whole thing is a bunch of.
Anytime government gets involved, they fuck it up. And that comes
Seems
from
to be.
yeah. Anytime the Fed gets involved, it's messed up. No question about it. They've never done anything good for the common person in the long run.
Take.
It is a take. Here's
Yeah.
here's one of the things that we were just discussing earlier this evening with a couple of us online. Is the middle class better off now than they were previously?
He corrected himself. So they're going to go after flavored PP tobacco.
PP tobacco, pipe tobacco, he says.
That's on the. That's
Is the middle
on the
class
list,
better
but
off
it's going to get
today
there.
than it was before the election?
The middle class?
Yes,
No.
absolutely not. But that was one of the main things that
They
this
promised on it.
ticket said was that the middle class will be better off.
And they're not.
They're not. We're
Their
hurting
first almost 2 years.
more than we've ever hurt as far as
Right,
middle class
Right,
goes.
right. And that's going into our second year with Mr. President Joe Biden.
And the problem, as we are seeing now, is fuel.
Yes,
The
big
cost of
time.
fuel drives up the cost of everything, consumables,
Because everything gets delivered.
by a truck
Yep,
that takes fuel,
yep.
by a train that takes fuel,
Yep.
by an airplane that takes fuel.
We
Absolutely.
put all those sanctions on. Russia to try and stop the war, or if you want to call it the conflict or whatever. the hell
I
they
call it war.
And we're still funding it by buying their oil.
Yes.
So it doesn't do us any good.
No, it doesn't.
Stop buying the oil, hit our reserves, which we got plenty of, and open the freaking pipeline.
Open up the Keystone Pipeline.
Yeah.
Keystone Pipeline was producing almost 200,000 barrels more a day than what we're buying.
And it seems simple, but they're not going to do it.
No, because it was one of their platforms was to shut down
Yeah.
that type of oil production in the United States, and it just doesn't make sense.
You let the country go to shit out of
Yep.
something so
Well,
stupid like that.
It's a shame, but we got 2 more years to have to do this. And it's a long 2 years.
Yes.
It's going to be a long 2 years. And I said earlier to some of the folks in the cigar shop, I wish him well, and I hope his health stands up, because the alternative,
Alternative, yeah.
alternative is not good
Yeah. So I do
for
need
experience,
I
not
do-
because it's a female, because it's experience.
I need to make a correction that occurred a couple of weeks ago when the State of the Union address was occurring. The president, when they're elected, does not do a State of the Union address the first year.
Okay.
So Joe Biden did not have a State of the Union address the first year. So Pelosi tore up Trump's last State of the Union address. There was not one the next year.
Right.
This
Right.
last one was Biden's first.
First,
Yes.
Which was 2 years ago.
Well, no, this year was his first
No,
State
but-
of the Union.
When she ripped it.
That ripped 2 years ago.
Correct. Yes.
And you remember how they made, and I don't know why I paid attention to this, it ain't no big deal, just sake of conversation. When they said Trump didn't shake her hand.
I think he tried and she
Yeah.
snubbed him.
But Biden didn't shake either one of their hands either.
No.
And he didn't bring that up. He handed them the speech,
Yes.
and he didn't shake
Which
either
I
one of
found
their
kind of
hands.
strange too.
So that was all BS that he snubbed her.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I mean, look, you guys know my feelings about Trump.
Right.
And I don't make any secret of it. I was not a Trump voter. I went third party. At the end of the day, or in the morning when I woke up after the election, I didn't see my guy's name broadcasted as the winner,
Yes.
nor was he even the potential winner. I was not disappointed in the fact that Hillary Clinton did not win.
Right.
I was very elated that
Yes.
we
Yes.
didn't have that.
Yes.
So, at this point in my life, in my history of politics, and I followed politics for a long time,
So we know we have at least one.
I've got to say that I would rather have mean tweets than what we've got right now.
I agree. I agree.
That was the whole premise of getting rid of Donald J. Trump as
Yeah.
president. Was he's just mean on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd rather deal with that than $5 a gallon in gasoline.
Yes. I
Absolutely.
agree with you. I couldn't say it better myself.
Brewster goes by Andex on YouTube. He's got a different name for whatever reason.
And plus, I think that Donald J. Trump had better control of Putin than the POTUS right now has.
Yes.
Who was afraid of Trump?
I think everybody was
Right.
because nobody knew what he would do. He had no history for them to look at. There was no reel. There was no reel for them
Yeah,
to look
there's no
at.
footage. Nothing.
He
Yeah.
stood by what he said. He said, if you do that, I'm going to do this. You did that, I did this. He told you what he was going to do if you did something, and he did.
That's true.
And there was no.
He said
and
again,
again,
he walked the deal. He did the deal.
You both know the wife. She's the same as you with Trump. She didn't mind. She likes the stuff he did, but didn't like the tweets, the
Yeah.
Twitter
The
and all
bullshit.
that crap. And that he could have done out that. If that was not there, he probably would have got elected. There's a good
There-
the
I
chance
mean,
would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, you look
I
back.
think so.
You look
They
back in
couldn't- they
hindsight,
couldn't- they couldn't
they
fix the
wouldn't have
voting.
had that, but they had the impeachments,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. That was all a mess too.
They were gunning for him.
Look, from day one,
Yeah, they were gunning for him.
from day one.
But he stood pretty tall.
Yeah, he did, and
And he didn't have to.
he's still standing tall.
Yeah.
and through adversity, he's still there. He's still
A voice
relevant.
to be heard.
He's still relevant because you're still talking about it.
Dude, look
Yes.
at your shirt. You got a nice old stain right there, right next to the name.
Right here?
Yeah.
That's beard oil.
You don't have a beard.
I still rub it in so when it comes in, it's nice and soft.
That's not so.
It's prickly.
It is prickly.
It's prickly.
So
I wonder what it feels like.
Bruce is right. We're still going to fill up.
Mhm.
But what I do was, I know a tank of gas is a tank of gas. But when I get to 3/4 of a tank or a little bit less, close to a half tank, I'll fill up so I'm not laying out $100 at one time versus.
Yeah, you're still.
It's still the same,
Yeah.
but it hurts the pocket.
But it feels better. It
less.
feels better. Yeah,
You
I
know,
do the same thing. I do the same thing. It
just a
feels
tip.
better.
You know, it's crazy.
But I do the same thing because it feels better. Ah, that was 35 instead of 70.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a little bit more palatable,
Yes, for sure.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
but it's the same amount
Overall,
it's
every
the same
4 days
amount.
instead of 8 days.
Yeah, I mean, like you
Yeah.
know, you do it every 2 weeks instead of every week. It's still
Yeah.
the same amount.
Well, if you work from at home, you don't have to fill up for once every 2 weeks.
You know what? There's merit to that for sure.
Oh, I saved a ton of money when we were first started this whole thing.
I was always at work. I'm
You know?
mission essential and
Oh,
mission
I worked
critical
every day,
and
but
everything.
I didn't have to go in, which is good.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah, we had to.
But now we're pretty much. They haven't said anything yet. They haven't come and said, no, we want you in the office 5 days a week.
Right.
Yeah, I see it coming though.
Possibly.
But we started that new system where everybody's got to sign on and put their tickets in, and they want help and everything, which means we can do it from home.
Anyway,
I see.
You
I
know,
see what
yeah.
Bruce is saying about electric cars. It really does make sense because we've had this discussion amongst ourselves. The electric vehicles, while it sounds fantastic, you know, it just doesn't make sense because
You're an ass.
the waste associated with electric vehicles, the batteries themselves.
yeah,
Dude,
You can't recycle the batteries.
It's what do you have to do to get that electric car? All the carbons that you're creating to get the electric,
Yeah.
to build the electric car
yeah.
is just as bad as if you just,
I guess it is too.
you
Yeah,
just-
but you know what?
And then to
You
charge
see
it,
yourself-
you're using something that is produced by
exactly. So
carbon emissions.
you know, they got all these wind farms, all these windmill farms in Iowa and all this.
Oh
shit.
yeah,
And
I've
they're
seen
all
them
over the place.
all over. Yes.
And they don't produce nearly as much energy as what it costs to build them and run them.
Yeah.
And plus, when they tear them down or when they decommission them, what do they do with them then?
Those, you ever see those? Those blades are big.
They are
man.
huge.
They're huge.
Yes.
They showed it. They had a thing on TikTok the other day. They showed a guy up on one of the platforms up there, and they were hoisting up one of them. And you're like, oh no, I don't think
And
so.
Morty Fax is correct that they are definitely pushing now more nuclear power because it is more efficient.
Do you think you'll own an all electric car?
Do I think I'll ever own one? Not unless it's a golf cart.
Okay. What about you, Bones?
I really like that F-150, but I can't. I have a hard time going to a vehicle that's only going to get me 300 miles before I have to stop and fill up, or
Charge
do
up.
You know, I
recharge.
thought about that as well.
And it just, somebody said, well, you know, we have that, and then we have our gas powered one that we take on long trips.
Yes.
Okay, I can buy that. Now, if you can have an electric car just around town here to and from work,
Makes sense.
makes total sense. Total sense, because it's a beautiful truck.
But who can
But,
afford two cars?
but it's a $70,000-$80,000 truck to save.
It is a
And
lot.
I'm not going to save that
You
much
know what I
money
mean?
off
But
my
who can
lifespan.
just afford to go buy? Oh, I'll buy a gasoline one and then I'll buy an electric one. Nobody can really do that.
Yeah, but most houses have 2 cars anyway.
Yeah, but can they afford an electric 2-car one? They're very expensive for something
The
decent.
price of them's coming
They're
down.
more reasonable than you think. I mean, they're less expensive than you think.
They're look at what insurance Mike drives
Yeah.
and the price of that vehicle that he purchased. You could get an EV for the same price.
He's right. DeLorean's coming out with a new car. all
They are,
electric.
yes. And my question, because we were talking about that, Morty Fax and I, about the DeLorean. I wonder if they have to pay to use that name, or if they purchase the name.
Well,
From-
his family,
I
he's
think-
dead.
I think
He's
he's
He
dead.
is dead. John
He's dead,
DeLorean
but
They
is
his
said
dead.
family
this family, not the family, but the name of the company still exists. So the company.
They're getting paid now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the family's getting paid.
John DeLore.
Yeah, you know what took him down?
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Coke.
Yeah.
Love to snort.
I like to sell too.
Well, they said that was a big entrapment thing, but he was
That was
involved.
back in the day.
He was involved. That was before the RICO Act,
Hey, Kerr.
I think. Gentlemen.
So tonight, Great Lakes Smoke Show has Dr. Gavin Caffey on,
Yep.
and you guys are gonna say something when I do this. Smoke the chooch.
Smoke.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, good for you.
It's a little tight though.
Actually, wear it under your
it's,
shirt.
actually, it's a lot of tight.
I don't know how it's
A lot of
I hear
tight.
you. I hear you.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of tight
It's a lot. But I'm down to 240. I'm just not losing it in.
where you want to.
Yeah. You know, we talked about that earlier. He said he's got to lose weight. He said, "Tell your wife. Remember, sex burns calories." And we both just started laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Gain a few more pounds.
I kept telling mine that it's good for the prostate, and that didn't buy into it.
A friend of the show had
You
a
get
baby,
that removed.
had a baby
Yeah.
boy today.
Friend of the show.
Jake had a baby boy this morning.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Jake.
6 pounds and
12 ounces?
12 ounces.
Yeah.
6 pounds, 12 ounces.
Yes.
That's a small. Well, that's almost 7 pounds.
And she's walking around.
Probably. She's thin and lean and mean.
Yeah.
She's cool. She's a nice girl. His wife.
Trinity?
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
He brought her over the other day. He came to pick up those 12 by 12 small. I had like 20 of them in the back. See, you brought the wife. She's freaking 9 months pregnant. You brought her over to help
They don't
me
care.
sell. No, she's just we're driving around. She wants to try and get it out. So we're gonna walk
Hit a
around.
couple bumps.
Driving around the car ain't gonna do it. You got to get out and walk.
Well, you know what? I hear that about a lot of women that want to go for a ride in the car when it's on those times. A couple of friends of mine's wives did that. Yeah, they want to go around.
Mine just wanted to walk around. I mean, just
Get out, get out. Get
Oh,
out.
you want to see a flash? I'll flash you, but we're not that kind of show anymore.
No, I did that once.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Actually, we could still have an all naked. If we have a separate room, we can have
We
an all
threatened to
naked-
do the naked show.
the naked Christmas.
Oh,
show.
laced up. You know what I mean? 'Cause they can't see at the table there anyway. Or they ain't going to see at the table going anyway.
I'll tell you what, we couldn't look any worse than that one guy that does the
Oh, yeah, yeah. Who is he?
the
Oh,
shirtless.
shirtless Mike.
Yeah,
Oh,
shirtless Mike. He's
couldn't
pretty rough.
look any worse than that.
What happened to the guy that did the tiki show out in his backyard? Is he still doing it?
Glenn.
What was his name? I liked it. These guys
Sure,
didn't
what
like
was
it.
his name? Glenn.
I thought he was pretty good. He was
I know.
entertaining to
I know.
me.
Glenn
talking
not Glenn Lucas. CRL.
CRA, yeah. I was thinking the same
Glenn
thing.
something.
I liked him.
He had some good reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's some good reviews.
he had some
But,
funny stuff.
An old person we know, I did that cigar thing at the golf course the other night. I was talking to a guy. He goes, "Well, where you got that?" I told him the same. He goes, "Oh yeah, is that the one over by Waterburn?" I said, "No." I said, "Don't
God, no.
don't go there." He goes, "Yeah." You go to, I was there like 2 weeks, and he wanted me to invest $25,000 in the business.
Ugh.
I'm surprised he didn't get it.
I'm like,
Ugh.
dude,
They should have waited 4 weeks. He would have had him. He
Probably.
rushed. He rushed.
Probably. Ugh.
Hey, what else we got? We got March Madness Selection Sunday. Selection Sunday is this Sunday coming.
Good.
The tournaments will be over Sunday afternoon.
So we're gonna have
Well,
the
the pool, I'm working on getting it right now. Once they produce, I got the league started, but I can't
Good.
send out
That'd be
invites. Well, I
fun.
can send out invites, but it doesn't make any sense to send them out until
Yeah, you
brackets.
can't.
are
That'll be
doing
fun.
Now, I thought we did 10 last time. I thought maybe 20 this time.
why?
I was like, if we go 20, then we pay first and second. We go 10, it's winner take all.
First and second. Do first and
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
That's always nice. Somebody get something. I think the 20s are 20. Like I said, 20s easier than 2 bills. 20s
Well, that's
easier than
because
2
you're
bills.
getting 20s from everybody around.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but if it's only a 10, it's 1 bill.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if you're up,
Unless
if
you
you're
get
up
5
in it,
twos.
if you're up in it,
You know what's gonna end up happening with Mav? He's gonna say it's lottery time.
Fuck that. Fuck the lie. It's not lottery until it's 20.
No, when March Madness comes out, he's gonna say, "Hey, Bones, it's lottery time." Oh,
Yep.
here's the $20 for.
Brian Glenn.
Yes, it
I had,
is.
the Glenn, I had the Glenn part right. I don't know. So Kurt, it definitely works. Morty Fax smoked his 3 the other day,
Yes, he did, and he made his.
and he made his
statement.
picks, and he said almost the exact same thing I said about the 3 in the order and why. And he went with the same one I.
And we're not gonna go there because we're leaving it to them to make that determination and that.
yeah.
But it by far works. I liked all 3 of them. I just like one more than Yep.
Yeah.
Like, we smoked some terrible cigars before.
I've smoked some real dog shit.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, for the price of this cigar, and it's by Drew Estates, and it's probably going to go away because it's a flavored cigar. It's a factory smoke.
Oh no, there's a couple of them that'll end up staying. The sweet ones though,
They're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. All sweet's gone.
but yeah, there's a couple of factory smokes that are
That
still
basically
in.
puts Deadwood cigars.
There's 3 of them that'll be still in.
That basically puts Deadwood cigars out of business. They do
Yes.
the sweet jam.
That's all they got is the flavored.
Yeah.
And please share your opinions. Oh, you want to know right now? In number order and why? My number 1 was number 2.
Okay, good.
Number 1 was my number 2 was first. Number 1 was second. Number 3 was third. One I smoked, I thought was fantastic. Yes,
Yes.
This has got some nice bite to it, nice spice, whatever. Burned well. The ash burned. It just
White-
burned
it was
even.
white ash.
So these folks saying Candela and the fill is not going to work.
Worked
These
beautifully.
3 cigars blow that whole thing out of the
Blow
water.
that theory out the
As
window.
number 2 was, I think, as tasty as number 1, but it was seemed to me a little smoother. It had a smoother flavor and draw to it. And there's, ooh, this is super close. And then three was close, but 2, it ended up being number 2 for me.
Okay,
So 2 is number 1.
Yes.
All right.
so I
1
did,
is number 2, and 3 is number 3.
I
You got
did.
that, Kerr?
I did the same thing on the Silent Green. I had my 3. I did not do with them like I did with the Southern Draw and smoke them all and which one's better and all this stuff.
Oh, all at the same time?
I went 1, 2, 3. I know some people go out of turn or out of line or whatever, but I did 1, 2, and 3.
So
I did the same thing when I smoked number 1. I said, "Wow, this is a pretty darn good smoke. I like this."
it's going to be hard to beat.
It would, and that's exactly my thought. This is going to be hard to beat, and I've got to say, I was surprised that the Candela inside was not overpowering. It accentuated better,
Okay.
so there was a lot better. There was more flavor. Number 1, I thought burnt well. It had white ash. It burnt smooth. Number 2, when I got to it, it transitioned. At the first quarter, I was like, "Wow, there's really not much difference." I didn't see that much difference, and I kept wondering: is there more Candela? Is there less Candela? I don't know. I don't know the composition of the 2 or the 3 cigars.
There's only 2 people that do.
There's only a few people that do know this. So I got to about halfway, and I said, "This is a pretty." This one here, it's hard. It's hard for me to say 1 or 2.
Okay.
So I reserved my thoughts. I want to smoke number 3 before I make my votes, cast my ballot. Number 3, I found too tight. I had a hard draw on it. It smoked well. It burnt well. It was an even burn, but it was hard. I had to poke it with. I had to loosen it up on the inside.
Okay.
I found that the flavors of number 3 were better. I thought that they were more to my palate. So my ballot, because it was so tight, I can't take number 3 as my
Number one spot.
Andy Shea, we would welcome Bill Clinton to come down here. That president's a president.
So I kind of did the same thing as Bones, as Morty Fax did. I said number 2, even though it's really tight. I mean, it was like 49-51. It was that close. I would smoke either one of those 2 all day long, any day.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Number 3, if it's not as tight, I'd smoke it all the time. It was
Okay,
good. It was
good.
good.
Okay,
All
good.
3 of them were fabulous cigars. again, once I loosened up number 3, it had great flavor.
On any one of those 3, the Candela was not
Overbearing.
No, in fact, I never even got the grassy taste
I did on 2, a little bit. I could taste a little bit more.
at the beginning, or
More to the middle.
really?
But it all depends. I would, and this is just assuming or something. When they roll them, whatever, how they pick. I would assume one of the 3 has more than the other 2. I don't know. What they thought when they rolled them. Does it depend on? Okay, all number 2 is going to have the same amount of Candela in it. I would assume. Where and how they place it
Is unknown.
would be how it transitions, how it
Right,
burns.
right.
And so, yeah,
So you've had the green grass gringo.
absolutely. That I could taste.
You've had it as well. The Candela is all over that one.
Yes.
There's no question whatsoever. I'm smoking Candela on this.
Right.
That's what we thought.
You didn't get that with these 3 cigars. It was not like this is a Candela.
We need
Right.
we need to take a quick break, everybody, and
Thank our sponsors.
yep.
Those who know smoke GTO. GTO cigars. You can be reached at 334-538-2949.
And you get the man himself.
And
That
you will
is-
get the man himself,
That is his
the
cell
owner
phone
and
number,
operator.
Kevin.
That is his cell
That
phone.
is his cell phone.
We have the Cigar Enthusiast at cigarenthusiast.com. We also have cigarprop.com with Kevin and Jessica.
Or you could be like Vic Dehan on TV. .com.
Kevin got asked a question on Great Lakes Smoke Show, what he has in store for Cigar Prop and this and that. He said, well, basically, Cigar Prop now is more of a media company than it is a prop company.
Okay.
The cigar. He still got the bleeder tool, and I really want to get the,
Or no, we'll have you drop it. Well,
I don't know, just gauge chart that they have. It's got all the
Oh yeah,
different
the rain
gauges
gauge.
in it. Yeah.
I got one of those from him.
Kurt brought that up on the show last week and said, "Oh, that's pretty freaking cool."
It is. You just put it in, and you can tell what ring gauge it is.
Right.
It's like a little ruler, about like this, and it's got all the ring gauge sizes.
Wood
And just
or-
like
No, it's
just
plastic.
like
Is it
how they
plastic?
measure your ring size. Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. Except
That's
it's all in
exact-
one. It's all.
Yeah, okay, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's not many opportunities for me to, opportunities. I guess every day is an opportunity, but it's not like I look to see what ring gauge something
Right.
is.
Right.
But when you get like, this great big huge thing like this, you're like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Right.
that.
But
ring
you know,
90.
the Hellion comes up there. And that's actually a pretty good smoke. I like that Hellion. I'm not quite sure who makes that one.
I
but-
don't think I've had one. Again, it's just not the big ring gauges aren't my taste.
And your taste. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, just not. Doc Rodriguez makes a great cigar. In fact, we're working on some things with him as well. So we'll see how well that goes.
Here comes
I'm sure
Nicole
it'll
and
go
Mike.
well. It appears as if
You get past the fucking tax.
everybody seems to be moving to the Dominican. With Doc Caffey moving Caffey 1901 and everybody that's with him seems to be
Gonna be Dominican.
moving more towards
tobacco now.
Dominican. Yes. So that should be interesting to see
Where it's going to turn out.
how that helps their economy as well.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting things. Kerr, we're going to give you an honest review on anything that we do, and that's what we do. We don't rate 1 to 100 because we're just not equipped for that.
No.
We'll leave that up to the master himself, Boston Jimmy.
Oh, I love. I'm kicking everyone out who don't have a visa.
Well,
Down at Chips.
can you take me there on a tourist visa? I don't know, I'll even carry your bags.
I just want to go on a Doc Rodriguez factory tour.
Oh, absolutely, and have the rum that he recommends. Because That's the type of things that you want to do when you go somewhere. You want somebody that you can trust that'll help
The
you.
Mandinga is a good cigar, Kurt.
Yes, it is.
That's a good cigar, but you got to smoke the Don Emilio.
The Don Emilio is my number one.
Yeah.
There was a change.
Yes, there was.
There was a change, and it's coming out courtesy of GTO Cigars.
33 Oaks.
The 33 Oaks.
Fantastic. That's the new one he gave
Number
us this
one.
year.
Yeah.
That was a good cigar.
Number one smoke of Mort.
I like the La Cura.
La Cura is fantastic. My number three of
Yeah,
Okay, cool,
the
cool,
GTO.
cool. La Cura.
Liqueur got knocked down in one or two for me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great smoke.
absolutely.
but
I'm smoking one now.
The 33 Oaks is just, and it'll be only one place to be able to get that on the coast, and that will be here when they come out.
That's wonderful.
When they come out.
And you can best believe you better send at least, I don't know, I'm speaking for just me,
10 to 15 boxes.
one big box because I got it. I'm buying a box.
Well, we know he is.
No, he's not buying any more cigars.
I never said that. You guys said that. I got more boxes.
No, Kerr, I've got to agree with you. There's not a bad cigar in the GTO lineup. There's just some that some
Or a little
people
better than others.
that
Yeah,
can
that's
appreciate
it.
more.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
There's a friend of the shop that just loved the Tobacco Special.
Yep.
And the night of the event when Doc was here, we talked him into trying the Hypnotic.
Hypnotic.
And it was just like,
He switched. Yeah, he switched.
he's done.
Yes.
Yep.
He won't touch
Yep.
tobacco.
And in my personal taste, Hypnotic is not.
Yeah, it's,
I'm just not a. It's not for me.
right. Me either.
I'll smoke it.
Yeah, but it's just not our go-to.
Yeah, it's not my go-to.
Yeah, it's not a go-to.
I can't, Kerr, I can't believe that you're waiting
I
for
thought you
GTO.
I sent you sign it. Sent you any? I'll take care of that tomorrow.
I actually sent a sample pack of GTOs up to the president of the Ash Holes Cigar Club of Ohio because he sent me some swag, and I, in return,
Sure, that's how you do it.
thank you for your generosity.
And here's something for
Here's
you.
something. Have you ever had these before? He's like, nope, never smoked one
You know,
before.
there's a friend of ours of the show too, Kevin Thompson. You met him up at the. He's at the Ash and Ember. He's one of the owners of the Ash and Ember
In Arkansas.
somewhere. Yeah, I can't remember some small town in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And fuck, I forgot where I was going.
Yeah, there's no telling. You can go out in the left field.
I'll remember. I'll remember.
Yeah. But having a GTO event here in Ocean Springs is special
Yes.
when you really get down to it, because one, you learn to appreciate the brand owner a lot more when you meet them face to face.
Absolutely do. On hands.
You know, the only problem is he never stays down here long enough.
No.
You know, it's a quick turn. He's going back up to work or doing something
Yeah, sure.
the next day, and it's like, come on, man, what are you going to sit around here and just get blottoed with us?
Yeah. Hang out and
You
chill.
know, so that the next day we're hating life.
Because I got plenty of rum, I can tell you that much. She bought a new metal rack at that Finders Keepers there.
Okay.
It's got like 6 shelves. So she moved all the liquor over to that
Oh.
and moved the other one into the coffee bar. So she put all the rum here, and it's like,
Yeah, because
I got the whole shelf.
the one you had in the living room was looking a little cluttered.
Yeah. So this is a bigger one,
Yeah,
but I didn't
good,
realize how many
good.
bottles I had because I still got some backup bottles like Bobby
Yeah, gotta have backup.
in the other room for when I run out. But I don't need to buy any more rum.
We felt the same way about Cruzon, because every time somebody would come back from St. Croix, the wife would make an order.
Yeah.
And she didn't skimp on the order. She's like, bring me a box, bring me a case of, and this is what we want.
No,
Yeah, sure.
They have Cruisin' has a black cherry.
Yes.
It goes great with a Coke or a Diet Coke. It goes fantastic. What's his name? Kevin would love that. Cigar Prop would love that. But, somebody told me the other day at work, hey, man, Cruisin' Rum, there's some good stuff down there. You get it's cheap. I said, it's cheap for a reason. It's a cheap rum.
It's not top shelf.
It's got a lot of sugar in
It
it.
does.
It's sweet, but it's like $8 a bottle.
Yeah.
You can't They got a
Let's
banana
see.
flavor one that's really pretty good.
Yeah.
That stuff should probably be drank straight on ice.
Nip it a little bit. Yeah.
Be good. But I mean, it's no bottom of the shelf military rum.
No, by no means. It's not that, but it's not top shelf either.
No.
When the wife was, she went to Puerto Rico for an exercise, and while she was there, she got to tour the rum factory there in Puerto Rico, and she says, "I'm just going to be honest with you." She says, when you're at the factory and you taste the rum fresh,
Oh, it's
different.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's Bacardi. She said Bacardi. You know, none of us are big fans of Bacardi. It's just, you know, it's
the old cart's good.
it's not bottom shelf, but
No,
it's
kind of medium.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
somewhere in the
I
middle.
like the medium.
It's only like
she says
$19, $20.
at the factory.
It's different.
It's you taste that, you go, this should be on top shelf.
Yeah.
Kurt, have a great
151's
night.
pretty good.
Oh, 151. Yeah, we've had some run-ins
I
with
don't know if they make that
151.
anymore. Do they
I don't
make that
know.
anymore?
It's been too long for me, but I know they did when I
Best,
did.
the best way to have 151 is you get a nice bushwhack and put a shooter on top. The 151, that's like,
I'm not kidding.
but you can only drink like 2 of those because they're like 1,200 calories. You know, ice cream and all that. Crap.
You're not looking at calories when you're drinking 151.
No. I'm
No,
not
but
looking
if
for anything but
if
the
you use it,
Oh,
if you use it as
exactly.
a topper in that, yeah, it's
You know what I mean? I'm not looking for any of that.
Yeah.
I don't look at my career of drinking. I ever said it's too many calories in this. I
Or
don't think I'll have.
how many Weight Watcher
No, no,
points
no.
is
Yeah.
this?
not it's not in the liquor alone. It's when you dump that extra shot in all that ice cream and cream.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
it's
Yes.
just it's delicious.
Yes, but
I'm
the
sure it
liquor,
is.
the liquor itself has some pretty good calories. There's a punch in that because that's sugar.
And liquor will shoot up your blood sugar too, no matter what you do. Except for Tito's. Tito's, I don't know how they do it. It's sugar free. I don't know how they do that.
Huh.
And Tito's
I don't know
sells the
either.
shit. We get Tito's.
Tito's is very good, isn't it?
I got a ton of Tito's too, man. It's hard to say no to a friend of ours when he brings you in a bottle.
Yeah.
Tito's,
Yeah, we'll take another one. We'll blow through it by the pool and
you
something.
put the bottle in the freezer because it's not going to freeze,
Nope.
but it gets nice and cold.
I'm sure it does.
And you pour you a little drink. You don't have to worry about ice because it's cold,
Yep.
and you can just sit there and sip.
I'm sure you can.
You're never going to do it.
Nope.
We're
I'm
not
out.
gonna we're not going to let you.
What do you
Nope. I'm
think?
out.
What do you think, gentlemen?
All right.
Good for the night?
We are done.
All right, from the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Cigar Company at 2420 Government Street, we're going to bid you good night to next Tuesday at 6:30.
Since you're the manager, do you know what the new address is there?
Move
It's in my
over to
book
the
somewhere.
Great Lakes Smoke Show, folks. Dr. Caffey, let them know that the 5.5 Legs
Virtual Cigar Lounge said hello.
and we sent our best.
Yes. Good
God
night,
bless
guys.
you guys.
That was a good show.
And go Ukraine.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Thanks, Bruce.